there are things to pay attention to. For example, if you feel short of breath, for example, it might be something cardiovascular, right? It could be a number of different things. If you feel short of breath, you have to ask yourself certain questions like, when and where do I feel the shortness of breath? If my shortness of breath shows up whenever I'm in a group situation and I have to share my thoughts about a subject matter to my colleagues, and that's where it shows up. I mean, you know that this is psychophysiological. This is not cardiovascular. Okay, so it's about where those symptoms show up and under what circumstances that you're looking for them. For example, a headache. Someone might say they always get a headache whenever they're stressed. They're really stressed, they get headaches, but the people around them, they get stressed too, but they don't get headaches. Well, the explanation might be organic somehow, but it could be this, is that whenever you feel stressed, you take control of the breath. You've learned this. You take control of the breath and you take deeper breaths. You're controlling and you're doing it unconsciously. Maybe you learned it in a class someplace. Maybe you read it in a book. Maybe you heard about it from a friend, who knows, whatever, and you're doing it unconsciously. You lose carbon dioxide, you get vasoconstriction in the brain. So you have hypoxia and you have hypoglycemia in the brain. You have a reduction of blood sugar availability to the neurons, reduction of oxygen, severe reduction because of the chemistry of all that. Then what happens, you develop a headache because of the hypoxia and the hypoglycemia, and it's not the stress, it's your learned breathing response to the stress. So now the goal is, like, if you do stress management, you reduce the stress, the headache is controlled. But still, whenever you get stressed, you have a headache. And your job may be very stressful and you don't want a headache when you're stressed. So the solution is to look at the breathing habit, if there is one, to see if you can identify one. If there is one, disengage it, and now you can be highly stressed and have good respiration, good circulation in the brain, good blood sugar, good oxygenation going on in the brain and so on, and you can function more effectively. Okay, and the headaches are gone.